Mary Poppins is back with Emily Blunt stepping into the role made famous by Julie Andrews. I'm Elizabeth Wagmeister with our chief film critic, Owen Gleiberman. Hey, Owen.
Hey, Elizabeth.
All right, so we have both seen the film, and I think it is unfair to compare Mary Poppins Returns to the original because it is such a classic.
Well, you know, I think comparing it is the stakes that the filmmakers have set for themselves, and I think that they bring it off amazingly.
You need to be more careful when the wind rises, George. You nearly lost your kite. And you too nearly lost your Georgie. You might have got away completely had I not been holding on to the other end of that string.
It has a time machine quality, but the amazing thing to me is that they really get the vibe of Mary Poppins. I mean, from the moment Mary Poppins Returns begins, you are in this whimsical, genial, and a little bit magical world of feeling like you are in a movie that was made in 1964. And I think that is kind of the immersive quality this movie has. They really take you back to that spirit of all-encompassing goodness that that movie represents.
Absolutely, and it really is an amazing feat because it's been 54 years since the original Mary Poppins, and this is the longest time in between an original to a sequel.
Yep.
So that is a huge feat. But let's talk about Emily Blunt. As I said, she is stepping in to one of the most infamous roles ever, made famous by Julie Andrews. Do you think that she pulled off Mary Poppins?
Well, look, the defining thing about the first Mary Poppins is Julie Andrews. And in a funny way, I've always felt that she's just about the most underrated movie star of the 20th century, because in two movies, Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music, made back to back, she defined goodness in almost this mythological way that almost no other movie star did. And I think that's why we still remember her with so much affection. Emily Blunt, I don't think, can hope to be Julie Andrews, but she brings her own quality to it. She's totally true to the character, and maybe a little more knowing and contemporary in a way that I think makes this Mary Poppins very true to the original, but also a bit of a sly, winking update.
Good heavens, it really is you. You seem hardly to have aged at all.
Really? How incredibly rude. One never discusses a woman's age, Michael. Would have hoped I taught you better.
I'm sorry, I didn't...
You came back. I thought we'd never see you again.
It is wonderful to see you.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
And you know, the filmmakers did tell us at Variety that Julie Andrews didn't have a cameo because she really wanted this to be Emily Blunt's Mary Poppins. She didn't want viewers to look at it and think about Julie Andrews. So
Yeah.
I thought that that was amazing. But let's talk about Emily Blunt's co-star, Lin-Manuel Miranda. He, of course, is the star and creator of the Broadway smash hit Hamilton, and now he has this huge, huge gig in Mary Poppins Returns. What did you think about his performance?
Well, I thought Lin-Manuel Miranda was utterly charming in the movie and exactly what he needed to be, which is kind of the movie's MC. He plays Jack the lamplighter, the equivalent of Bert the chimney sweep. He doesn't have that sort of amazing energy and sort of gymnastic quality that Dick Van Dyke had in the earlier film. And yet, he has this very lovely, warm, truly old-fashioned Hollywood quality that draws us into the movie.
Bucks and mares, cubs and does, welcome to our show of shows. It is my great honour to introduce this evening's renowned guest. The one, the only, Mary Poppins!
And then what really keeps us in the movie is that the story is really good. It really works. It's all about home and family. The Banks family, Michael and Jane from the earlier film, now grown up. They're going to lose their house. It's going to be repossessed. Can they find the proof of the bank shares that will allow them to keep it? It sounds like a standard plot, but they really do it in a way that brings a tear to your eye and that makes this new Mary Poppins about something that we care about. That's part of the magic of the old film, and I think the story of this one is a worthy successor to it.
Do you think that this is the perfect family film this season at the box office for the holidays?
I think it's going to be a sensation, not just because it's a sequel to one of the most beloved movies ever made, but because, to an amazing degree, it recreates the vibe. It's not as great a movie as Mary Poppins for one main reason, which is that in that earlier film, those songs are just incredible.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down.
The songs here are pretty good, but they're not great. And a lot of them kind of imitate the earlier songs. So you kind of will listen to this one and go, well, yeah, but it's not supercalifragilistic, but it's good enough. And the whole movie is better than good enough. It's a good movie that, at its best, I think, has a little touch of magic in it, and I think people are going to be grateful for that.